All right, let's go inside the SEC, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Bring in Bo Mattingly, syndicated radio show host from Fayetteville. Man, we got a radio show guy to dress up. Bo, you're looking sharp, my friend.
Hey, I'm just trying to follow you, Peter. Best I can do.
Hey, we're trying to follow how good this Arkansas team is. I'm sure your listeners have been asking, 126 points they've been winning by over the last 3 games. So in your opinion, how real is this team?
You know, it's real when you put it in perspective. If you're talking about competing for the Western Division and the college football playoff, that's not realistic right now, in my view, for Arkansas. But if you want to talk about a legitimate top 25 team, you go look at the power rankings. They're number 20 right now at ESPN.com, and there's reason for that. You know, this is a solid football team who's improved on the offensive side of the ball. They've got a weapon in running the ball. They're a 3rd scoring offense in the country, and they've got a defense that's shown they can get a couple of turnovers, slow some teams down, and they played Auburn for a solid half of football. So I think if you're talking about making a bowl game this year, this team's for real.
All right, they got an opportunity to do that. They're going to have to get some quarterback play. So, Bo, what's the difference between Brandon Allen last year and this year?
The number one thing's his health. He's a completely different quarterback because he's got a healthy shoulder, a much stronger arm. He's got more velocity on the ball than he's had in his entire career. The number 2 thing is he's got a knowledge and an understanding of the offense he didn't have a year ago. And the guys around him also have that. So when you put together a better support system, you see a Brandon Allen that's different. And perhaps the most important thing for him, he's got a lot of confidence he didn't have a year ago.
All right, this A&M offense has been off the charts good. So is the Arkansas defense good enough to be scary to Kenny Hill?
You know, I don't think they're going to be scary to Kenny Hill, but I think they're good enough to get a few stops. They got 5 stops against Auburn. One of them was a fumble. If you can get a couple of stops and your offense is possessing the ball, controlling the time of possession, you get a turnover in there, that's what changes the game. The way Bret Bielema's system is set up for it all to work together with the offense helping the defense, I think the defense is good enough to slow A&M down, make them drive the ball. The biggest key for Arkansas in this game, they've got Tevin Mitchell at corner. They didn't have him against Auburn.
And they're hoping Trey Flowers can get a little bit of pressure. So 2 of the top 3 really most potent offenses in the country. So who do you like come Saturday?
Well, I'll tell you, Bret Bielema in year 2 has really done a remarkable job getting this team to buy into the way he wants to play, and I think they can compete in this game. However, I think Kevin Sumlin and A&M are a little bit further along in their recruiting. They've got more playmakers who can play the way they want to play. They're a little bit better set up, better fit to win this game. The intangible is that A&M's one of the most penalized teams in the SEC, and they've turned it over a little bit. If A&M plays a clean game, I like them to win the game. If they turn it over and make mistakes, look for Arkansas to be right there in the 4th quarter.
It's going to be a heck of a matchup. Bo Mattingly, you look good in that suit, man. Keep it up.
Thanks, Peter.
It's the same challenge that Arkansas's running game presents everybody. You know, they're the number 1 rushing team right now in the country. They're the top 2 scoring teams in the league, 2 of the top 3 in the country.
A top 10 team for a reason. They're very, very talented. Really haven't left off much from where they were a year ago.
Look at this, Kenny Hill still on his feet. The ball comes loose. Arkansas picks it up, a scoop and a score.
They might have taken their lumps last year, but it's evident right now that they're a very, very confident football team, and they should be based on the way they've played.
Well, Arkansas and A&M contrasting styles of offense. No SEC team runs the ball more than Hogs, and no one in the conference passes it more than the Aggies. But guess what? The result's pretty similar. A&M averaging over 55 points a game, while Arkansas checks in at just under 49. Both teams also rank in the top 5 in the bowl subdivision in offenses efficiency. All right, back with Booger McFarland. So I got to ask you, when let's say young Booger McFarland was 21 years old, he's in his dorm room right before the night of a game, which would scare you more, A&M's passing offense or Arkansas's rushing attack?
To me, it's the rushing attack. As a defender, The pass game takes a lot of things to go together. The center, the snap, you have to get back, good route, good throw, good catch. A running game, all you got to do is turn around and hand it off. And as a defender, that's the one thing. It takes your pride away. It takes your soul away when a team can turn around, hand the football off, and just pound you over and over. That scares me so much more than the passing game. It's unreal.
I was just surprised. I thought you were going to come back and say nothing scared Booger McFarland. Use yourself in the third version. Arkansas's defense, are they good enough to get pressure on Kenny Hill? Kenny Hill had no pressure when South Carolina played him. Can Arkansas do it?
I think they are. What they have to be able to do, Trey Flowers, Darius Fowler, they have to. It's very imperative. When you play a game like this, your best players have to step up. They get Mitchell back at the cornerback spot, but it's going to be imperative that Fowler and Flowers up front get a ton of pressure, because we've seen when Kenny Hill doesn't get pressure, he is dynamite in the pocket.
All right, let's talk about a quarterback on the opposite side, Brandon Allen. We haven't really talked about him much, but if they get down in this game, Kenny Hill's able to put up points, and this thing kind of becomes a shootout. Can Brandon Allen, can he keep up?
Well, I don't know if he can keep up, but he can try, because he's got a couple of weapons. Hunter Henry, the tight end, Keon Hatcher. Those are two big-time weapons that he has. And more importantly for Brandon Allen, he's healthy. Last year, the shoulder injury, the shots, the not practicing, he's healthy, and he's got two big-time wide receivers, and Hatcher and the tight end and Henry. Those guys will make it easy for him if he just gets a little protection from Skipper and Cook up front of the offensive line.
Boy, he's been so good play-action passes as well, too. I mean, everyone sucks in right there. He's been able to go deep. So give me that one matchup, okay, in this game that you say this could be the X factor.
Well, think about this. The head coach, Brett Bielema, against the defensive coordinator, Mark Snyder. Brett Bielema has sold us all offseason long. Guess what? My style of football will work in this conference. And for Texas A&M, Mark Snyder said, you know what? We will be better. We will be more physical. We're going to find out really, really quick just how physical the Texas A&M offensive line and defensive line are, because they're going to get an opportunity to go against a physical running football team. And we're going to see, can that defensive line of Texas A&M, can they hold up to the physicality of Arkansas?
Who has more fans up in AT&T Stadium? Are they going to be more Aggies or more Razorbacks?
More Razorbacks. Jerry's a Razorback. Are you serious? Come on.
He may have just limited the ticket sales.
Exactly.
You never know.
Cut them off.